All right. So today we're going to talk about percent of change. Okay. This is when you go into the department store and they tell you it's 60% off. And you're like, well, what? How much is it then? That's what this does. Okay. So you'll be able to figure out prices with sales or to see if it's been inflated in prices. Okay. So percent of change is what percent did your price either go up or down? So it can either increase or it can decrease. So taking a look at number one, before it even did the math, my original price was 25, my new price is 28. So is that an increase or a decrease?
Increase.
Increase. Okay, so we take your new price divided by your original price and subtract 1. And that gives you the percentage it went up or the percentage that it went down. Okay, so let's take a look at some of these and see what we've got here. Thank you. Okay, so take a look at number 2. It's directly below that one. My original is 30. My new price is 12. So is that an increase or a decrease?
Decrease.
Decrease. It's on sale. So how much is it on sale? Your new price, which is 12, divided by 30, minus 1.
Negative 0.6.
Negative 0.6. That negative tells you that it's a decrease. And 0.6 means you're paying 60% off the original price. That's a dang good sale. Okay. Number 3, my new price was 18. My original price was 25. Is this an increase or a decrease?
Increase.
Careful.
Oh, decrease.
This is a decrease. What did they do?
They flipped.
They flipped it. They put the new on top and the original on the bottom. Why? Because they can and because it will trick you. Okay, so this is actually a decrease. My original price was more than my new price. So 18 over 25 minus 1.
Negative.
Negative 0.28.
Oh, look at that 4.
So again, the negative tells you it's a decrease, and you got 28% off. Okay, number 4. My original was 13.7. My new is 40.2.
Increase.
This is an increase. My new is higher than my original. 40.2, 13.7. Again, minus 1.
$1.93.
1.93. 193%. This is 93% over the original price. You're paying almost double what it's supposed to be. Okay, what about number 5? They've changed the words. Now we're looking at final and initial.
Initial is original. Final is new.
Okay, this is a decrease. Your initial's where it starts, and your final's where it ends. So your final is your new price. 94.86 over 102 minus 1.
Negative 0.07.
Negative 0.07. So that's a 7% decrease, or 7% off the original price. And finally, number 6 then, we're looking at a start of 215 and an end of 464.4.
It's an increase.
This should be an increase. Excellent. So, end goes on top, start goes on the bottom, minus 1.
1.16.
1.16, so 116% increase. Okay, the next section, we're going to look at actually finding prices of things, knowing that it's on sale by how much. So the next piece, we're going to talk about percent increase and percent decrease. So if I'm increasing, I'm adding my percentage to 100 to make it a decimal. Okay, if it's increasing, it's over 100%. 100 is your whole. If I'm decreasing, we're subtracting before we make our decimal because we're less than 100%. Okay, so the first thing we've got to do is figure out what percentage we're actually using. Do we need to add or subtract? We then need to convert that to a decimal, and then you multiply your value by that decimal. So I gave you the first one. The value of a computer will depreciate by 12% each year. If the computer was bought for $800, then what's the value of the computer next year? Okay, technology, your cell phone, cars. As soon as you buy it, it depreciates in value. Okay, you use it, you wear and tear it, it's going down in price. You can't sell your brand new iPhone 10 months down the road for the same price you bought it at. Okay, and if somebody buys it at that price, they're done. Okay. So the value of my computer is depreciating. So it's going down. So it started at 100% when you bought it, and it's dropped by 12%. So it's only worth 88% of its original value. So we had to figure out that 88% first. Then we had to convert it to a decimal. Remember, converting to a decimal means you divide or multiply by 100, or you use your easy trick. 88 puts my decimal here. To change it to a decimal from a percent, we move 2 spaces to the left. So it's 0.88 as a decimal. And if you're given a decimal, you move it 2 spaces to the right to get you a percentage.
I've never been good.
Okay. Right. So multiplying and dividing by 100, that's what it does. If you multiply by 100, it changes it to a percentage. If you divide by 100, it changes it to a decimal. And then what we did was we multiplied. Our computer cost $800, and we're paying 88% of it is all it's worth now. So your computer that was $800 is now only worth $704. Okay. You can't sell it for as much as you bought it for. So, why did this all shrink on me? All right, a concert ticket costs $45. The sales tax is 6.25%. Increasing or decreasing in price?
Increasing.
Increasing. Your sales tax is what you pay additionally on top of the cost of the ticket. So I need to increase. So the first thing I need to do is add this to 100. So by the time it's all said and done, you're paying for the price of the ticket and the sales tax. So you're paying 106.25%. Okay, I need to change this into a decimal. To change into a decimal, we move it 2 spaces to the left. So I go 1, 2, that makes this 1.0625. So far, so good. Okay. Now we multiply that against the cost of the ticket. My ticket was $45. How much does my ticket cost now that I've put on sales tax?
$47.81.
Good. $47.81. Check yourself then. We said it's supposed to increase. Did my price go up? Yeah. So you did something right. Whether or not it's 100% accurate, but you know it's supposed to increase, it's supposed to get bigger, and it did. Okay, a sweater is on sale for 35% off the original price. If the original price of the sweater is $38, what is the discounted price? So, should I be increasing or decreasing? Decreasing. It's on sale. So, we take 100 minus 35. $65. 65%. Again, as a decimal, we've got to move it 2 spaces to the left. So we're paying 65% of the original price if it's 35% off. Times that by the $38 that my sweater cost. How much are you getting your sweater for?
Did you get? Did you multiply?
Did you do 0.65?
Oh no,
That's why.
I didn't see that. $24.07.
$24.70. So while you got the right numbers, you can automatically, if it's supposed to decrease and you got 2,000 and your original price was only 38, you should know that you did something wrong. Okay, so that's a good way to check yourself. My price went down. It was discounted. It should have gone down. Okay. The population of 3,000 students decreased by 20% with the creation of a new high school. How many students will now populate the school? Is my population going up or down? Down. It's going down by 20%. So we're only keeping 80% of the population. If we're losing 20% of them, we're only keeping 80. And 80 as a decimal is 0.8 or 0.80. Doesn't matter if you keep that 0 or not. Okay? If it's better for you to keep it, keep it. Multiply that by the original population. How many students are still going to be walking the halls? 2,400. Bless you.
I thought the state idea was gonna be small, but now that I look at it.
A company predicts a 15% increase in production from 405,500 units with the new marketing campaign. How many units will the company now produce? It tells you it should be an increase. So this time we're adding to 100. So we're at 115% now. We're producing everything we produced last year, plus an additional 15%. So we're looking at 1.15 as a decimal. Again, 2 spaces to the left. Times how many units we produced last year. How much are we producing this year?
$466,325. What?
466,325 units.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out what shower. Right. Like, what? Because we check it early on that. We check it early. Right. Checking. I think checking was like 11. Yeah. We don't be done before 11. You're talking about the afternoon. 2.5 hours.
I was like, so I'm like, wait a second. That's how you get that answer. You had me all kinds of confused back there.
I was talking about the beach.
I see this.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Why would you go to the next way more That's what I say, yo.
All right. Take a look at these three. I switched something up on you with these three. What was changed that we didn't know in the last one?
Okay, what's the percentage? It's in word.
Okay, now we're working backwards. They don't tell us what the original price is or the original number is. They give me that new number. So what they've given me is technically this and this. We need to work backwards to get this. How are we going to do that? Okay, how do I flip multiplication? We divide. Okay, so all we're going to do now is take the new price and divide by the decimal of the percentage, and that will give us our original price. So everything else is still the same except we're dividing now. So a new car is marked up by 20% of its value. So it's being marked up, which means what? Increase. This is an increase. So it's going 20% above 100. So you're actually 120% is where we're at. 120%. As a decimal is 1.2. The sale price on the car was $50,000. So we take 50,000 and we divide by 1.2 this time to figure out how much my car cost originally. How much did my car originally cost before they marked it up? Your car was originally $41,666.67. Everything you buy is marked up. Everything you buy is marked up. They're not going to sell you things at cost because they're not making any profit. So guess what? That car you're buying, yes, they've jacked up that price. Why? Because they want to make money. Okay. The percent decrease is 22%. If the new number is 93.6, find the original number. So it automatically tells me I have decreased. So I'm 22% under 100. 78%. As a decimal is 0.78. And because I'm looking for the original, I divide. 93.6 divided by 0.78. What is my new number? I'm sorry, my original number. Or do we-
I got 120.
I got 120.
Yeah.
My original number was 120. Okay, last one of these, and then we've got one more set to do. Ralph Lauren is having a sale on all polo shirts for 17% off the original price. If polo shirts are now being sold for $29.05, then what is the approximate original price? So we're 17% off. So are we increasing or decreasing? Okay, we're decreasing. So 100 minus 17, we're paying 83% after sale. So 0.83 is a decimal, and my shirts are now $29.05. So originally my shirts were what price?
$35.
$35. Okay. The last thing we need to talk about is sometimes you see things go on sale, then they go on sale again, then they mark them up, then they mark them back down. Well, how in the heck do you figure out, are you actually getting a bargain or are you not getting a bargain? Because moving it up and down and up and down and up and down, you're just like, huh? Excuse me? What? Okay, I'm going to show you how to take care of that. So, overall percent of change. We need to find the decimal form of each percentage of change. So, just like we did with the last problems, does it need to be added to 100 and then changed to a decimal? Or does it need to be subtracted and changed to a decimal? Then we multiply all of the decimal forms together and determine the overall percent of change based on the product. Okay, so I did the first two for you. So it says the item initially is marked up 10%. Okay, it's marked up 10%, which means this number was 100 plus 10. Changed to a decimal gives me 1.1. Okay, then we marked it up again, another 20%. So that decimal came from 100 plus 20 because it's being marked up, 1.2. Then they're marking up 50%. So we're adding 50 to 100. So it's being marked up, and marked up. You're paying way over cost. Okay. When I multiply the three of those together, I get 1.98, which means I'm 98% over 100. Therefore, I am 98% increase on your price. Okay, that's a big increase. Okay, example 2, increase and then decrease. So we're originally, let's see, retailer buys an item for C dollars and marks it up 80% to make room for new merchandise. An item is then put on sale for 40%. After a while, it's 10% marked down. So here's your 80% marked up. Notice it doesn't matter what order you put it in. It still all goes the same. So there's your 80% marked up. Then we marked it 40% off, which marked it down. And then we took another 10% off. So that's where that came from. It was marked down again. Even though you had that big increase, you actually saved money in the end. You saved 2.8% of your original price. So you actually got a deal on that one. Okay. So we've got 2 more to talk about, and we finished, my friends. I know it's a Monday, and you just had a week off. Just think, though, One more day and then you get another day off. Woohoo! Okay. The original price for a new computer is being marked up 15%. What does that look like? 1.15. Then we're marking up again 30%. 1.3. And then we're finally marking up 20%. 1.2. Overall, how much are we paying? 1.794. 1.794. So we're paying 79.4% increase on top of the original price. You're paying 79.4% over the original price. Okay. The last one. A car company initially marks up the original price by 25%. What does that look like? 1.25. Then we're marking down the price by 30%. 0.7. And then we're marking it back up again by 10%. We get 0.9625.
Yes.
Okay, so this is actually a decrease by 3.75%. It's 3.75% below 100. So you're only getting 3%, close to 4% off. Okay, that's how they catch you. They'll mark it up, mark it up, mark it up, and then mark it down, and you're like, yes, I'm getting a deal. No, you're really not. Yeah, that's exactly how it is. You really have to watch Black Friday shopping because you're not getting as good of deals as you think all the time. Sometimes you're getting some awesome deals. We bought ourselves a 60-inch smart TV for Christmas. That was our Christmas gift to each other because we got a really good deal.
How much you paid for it?
$450. He had to go to like 3 different Walmarts. And then we ended up just ordering one from Best Buy because every Walmart was sold out. I don't do Black Friday shopping unless it's from my computer at home. I don't like crowds. I don't like people.